This is not great news for Unrivaled, as the league may be crumbling before it even gets started. With this Netflix TNT deal, we do not know if this is going to ruin the visibility of Unrivaled. We don't know. There's an article we have to get into. I'm not sure Unrivaled saw this coming. I don't believe this is the best news. It could be good. We don't know. We have to get into it, though. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Let's get right into things. So, obviously, Unrivaled is slated to start here in the next few weeks, in the next month or so, beginning of January, top of the year. And some people, it seems like the buzz isn't there as it was for year one, with Project B taking over a lot of the headlines with players heading there. This WNBA CBA negotiation taking over a lot of the headlines as well. The hype and the fervor for Unrivaled seems to have dwindled from year one in terms of interest. Unrivaled has a deal with TNT, and now their visibility may be affected. And there's already people that aren't interested simply off the mere fact that it's 3-on-3 basketball. A lot of people are not interested in tuning in to 3-on-3 basketball. And now we have this article here, and shout out to Black and White Sports too. He was the first person I saw bring this story up. And shout out to Front Office Sports as well. So shout out to y'all, you two. Here it says, how TNT fits into the Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery deal. There are still plenty of sports-related ripple effects in Netflix landmark agreement with Warner Bros. Discovery. Ripple effects. Here it says, sports content is not at the heart of the blockbuster $82.7 billion deal Netflix struck Friday for the studio and streaming assets of TNT Sports parent company Warner Bros. Discovery. The fact adds to an already uncertain path for TNT Sports. So this can directly affect Unrivaled, directly, this deal here. Unrivaled don't seem to be able to catch a break right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's looking a little spooky. Here it says, before the deal, WBD detailed a plan to split itself into two separate companies. One with the studio and streaming assets, and Discovery Global that will house linear channels such as TNT, TBS, and CNN, as well as most of the sports portfolio. The Netflix agreement folds directly into that. The WBD split scheduled for completion in the third quarter of 2026 before the acquisition closes. TNT Sports has actively been in the midst of recalibrating its sports rights, particularly after the loss of the NBA live rights. That is why you saw Inside the NBA with Shaq, Ernie, Chuck, Kenny the Jet Smith. They're over at ESPN now. They're no longer on TNT. And here it says, adding or sub-licensing a wide range of content, including tennis's French Open and a large battery of college sports content. Discovery Global is also developing a new sports-centric streaming service, as TNT Sports content will not be shown on HBO Max as it is now, but has not been deemed as a big subscription driver there. Until the split is complete, though, sports will continue to be shown on HBO Max. The question, however, is what will be the appeal and long-term viability of a slimmed-down company composed mainly of linear television assets in an era of sharply declining prospects for that part of the media business. The situation with Comcast, Versant provides a meaningful parallel. The NBC Sports parent company spun off most of its cable assets 13 months ago in a separate company called Versant. And that move will officially be complete as of January 2nd 2026. Comcast did that in no small part to get lower performing assets off its balance sheet amid accelerating cord cutting. And though sports is a clear focus for Versant, the company's long-term prospects are also a work in progress. Along very similar lines, Comcast's bid for WBD's studio and streaming assets had no interest in what is becoming Discovery Global, the same bidding stance as Netflix. Going forward, both Versant and Discovery Global will be competing in a media marketplace against much larger entities such as ESPN, parent company Disney, as well as streaming giants such as Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. Nothing will likely happen with Discovery Global regarding a potential merger or acquisition until late 2026 or 2027, if at all, as the split and the Netflix deal will need to finish first. What happens next? All of this directly affects Unrivaled, because Unrival's on TNT. For the Netflix deal, there's obvious regulatory process forthcoming, something that could run well into next year. Even before that, it's possible that Paramount or Comcast could attempt a hostile bid or another maneuver to break up the definitive agreement with Netflix. Discovery Global, meanwhile, is also readying itself for the corporate split with sports as the clear focus. Unrivaled is sports. Unrivaled in the sports genre is not going to be a main focus during this move, which will directly affect them, their viewership, everything that encompasses it. It says company sources said there's relief with the Netflix news as it does not disrupt what's already in development. Expect to hear fewer public attacks on sports, as has been the case with WBD CEO David Zaslav. In addition to saying he didn't have to have the NBA foretelling the eventual loss of live rights with the league. Zaslav last year derisively termed sports rights a rental business. You're never going to hear Gunner call sports a rental business. An industry source said, referring to WBD CFO Gunner Winfield's, who will run Discovery Global. So this is going to have a serious impact on Unrivaled, and it could affect the viewership. It could affect their visibility and everything that comes with it. And the hype for the league is already down. I understand the Fisa Collier went out there and blasted Kathy Engelbert, and that took over. That took waves. That made waves through everything, to the point where Kathy Engelbert was on the damn on Good Morning America. She was on the news. Okay, but the hype for the actual basketball of Unrivaled has chilled off, has died down some. It'll be interesting to see if they are able to get the hype back up for it, if people will tune into 3-on-3 basketball. But this is going to have a major effect on Unrivaled as we currently know it. This could be a bad thing. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Are you hyped for Unrivaled, or are you not interested? Let me know what you think. And this is Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.